Okay, something I don't get often, and I don't really watch often, but I've been trying to seek out more of. Someone sent me this video. It's Payton Pritchard versus Yuta Watanabe. He actually used to play with my brother, actually, Watanabe. Intense 1v1. Payton goes crazy and Yuta catches fire. Pew, 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 pew. Sure, we'll watch it. I think sometimes it's fun to watch this one-on-one. Don't know what it is. Don't know if it's like a professional training session or anything, but we'll give it a watch and let's see. 3, 2, sounds like they're doing a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
This is 4 years ago, by the way.
4, 3. Give me that.
Get out of here.
You gotta turn him into a big guard. Hey, what's going down?
Hey, what's going down?
I like this one. What we waiting? No. You didn't get to shoot.
You didn't pick this one.
No, you didn't miss. No.
You didn't pick this one.
You picked that one, you didn't? Yes, all right.
Let me see. Can I get? Great.
Quickly, one thing I like about one-on-one typically is like how when you play against a lot of different people, you start learning like what rules they prefer, what rules benefit you, like how guys like to call fouls, how guys like to check up or shoot for ball, or just whatever, like the little nuances that go into it. It's pretty cool. So it's like a little culture thing, just watching how guys like even get started. It's pretty cool.
Hold up. Hey.
What's the game?
Actually, you can just leave it down here if you want.
What's the game?
To 5? Yeah. Okay.
Elbow?
Yeah, elbow. You can set the elbow anyway.
5, 4.
So 5-second count. And this is something that I've been seeing a lot of people overly discuss. The only way to play basketball is 5-second count. Only way to play one-on-one, three dribble. You got to understand why you're trying to do something, what you're trying to get out of it. All of them are good to do. All of them are good to practice. Playing from different spots is super important. Even if you're a guard, I think playing one-on-one from the block, one-on-one from the elbows, one-on-one from the mid post, like all that stuff is super important. And it helps you identify strengths and weaknesses in your own game. And it might give you a different perspective of like, oh, this is another tool I can add to my bag. In regards to 3 dribbles or 5 seconds or what's better, some of it's going to be determined by if you have a third person there or someone else that can count. That's a benefit. So that day, maybe you go, hey, let's try some 5-second. Let's go 5 seconds. If you go 3 dribbles, the annoying part is people are going to just be counting your dribbles, but having different constraints like that is pretty fun. I think every once in a while playing unlimited dribbles is fun to do. It's good for conditioning. And it's good for like keeping that, hey, if you score, you don't want to miss, because if you miss, it's going to be hell to pay to have to go guard someone for unlimited dribbles. I think the hardest one-on-ones I ever played were playing against guards that could shoot really well in unlimited dribbles. And what I found later in my career was like I would use that for conditioning, and I would use that when I wanted to work on defense and be put on my back foot. But typically I prefer 3 dribbles. I prefer 5 seconds, something like that, a little bit of a constraint. And it allows you to play more games, and each rep is more live speed. When you do unlimited dribbles, it kind of starts to die down and whatever, but however you're going to play it, just understand what you're going to get out of it, what the purpose is, and also mix it up. Playing more is just better. Be good at all the different types of one-on-ones. I wish this was like the full game. It looks like it's only going to show us the makes. Yeah, I wish it was the full game. It's only 6 minutes long, but and like that shot right there, again, if you've never been on the court, we talked about this kind of in the awful coaching video, but I see this a lot with just people that are around the game but haven't played or seen it enough at a high level. If you've ever watched, take like a trainer that's watched Steph Curry train or watch Steph Curry hit crazy shots. If he hits another crazy shot, they don't think like, oh, that was crazy. Wow, that was weird. They just go, that's what he does. Like, if you don't block it, if you don't keep him from getting to that spot, he's probably going to make it. That's why watching NBA players, watching Shea get to the mid-range and hit his jump shot, let's say he hits a fadeaway over someone, people are like, man, he's just having a good game. It's like, yeah, but defensively, like, if you don't keep him out of that spot, like, he's going to have 30. So a lot of people really struggle evaluating the game or properly criticizing the game or giving it good critiques because they don't fully understand what it's like being on a court with a lot of these guys. Payton Pritchard, like, that shot he hit, he honestly probably makes that 7 out of 10 times. So while it was good defense, like, it's good defense, better offense. And the NBA is full of that, like guys that are just consistent, tough shot makers. So one-on-one is really good for training that, but it's also good if you can play against a really good player to let you understand, like, defensively, you have to be a dog. Like, you can't let people get to their spots. You gotta choose. If I'm playing against a guy that's a really, really good shooter, and again, I've played against some great pull-up jump shooters, I would always have to overly pressure them in one-on-one and give them the opportunity to drive, but then I would just have to try and make a play at the rim because I'm like, if I let this guy have any space, he's going to keep hitting three-pointers. And if we're playing by ones and twos, like, he's getting double my points every time he shoots a three. If I'm getting a 2-pointer, like, he's doubling my points. So I'm going to force him to drive, and that's the game we're going to play. And then when I was playing, it's like, oh, they're going to back off a little bit and force me to shoot. Because if I could just duck my shoulder and get to the basket every time, they're like, it's going to be too easy. So playing one-on-one against good players is a really good way to start understanding your limits, your strengths, and your weaknesses, but also understanding that with other people and realizing, like, some guys, well, I'd say most guys that are elite, even if you play NBA guys that don't typically shoot a lot of threes in games, you can't just sag off of them and dare them to shoot, because they'll just hit 10 threes in a row. Like, I used to do that. Like, that's the first time I play one-on-one with someone, I just back off. But once you start understanding, like, hey, if you give this guy an open shot, he's going to make it. Now you have to defend. You have to be in their shooting pocket. You have to force them certain directions. It's and you have no help, such a good place and mindset to be in for when you get thrown into a game and you do have more tools. You do have more options. You do have more help in defensive schemes. I think this is one of the best things you can do for improving is playing one-on-one. Again, like, these are all, like, highly contested, but it's like right now he's already in his spot. So what you would want to see here, and this is just an example, like, these guys have probably done a full workout. This is probably their 3rd or 4th game of one-on-one. So, and you can tell they're sweating. So for me to be like, oh, Payton's not working hard enough. But what you would, if he really wanted to get a stop here and have a chance on this catch, he would probably just push him out to where he's catching outside the 3. So instead of just letting him catch on the elbow where he can probably make this shot 7 out of 10 times, you push him out to here where he can make it 5 out of 10 times. You know, those are the little nuances that one-on-one kind of brings. Especially a taller guard, that's a pretty easy shot for him.
5, 4, 3.
And also, this is more of a one-on-one kind of workout. You could tell they're more working out than they are, like, competing, which is fine. Like, they're not talking trash or going at each other full speed, but it's a little conditioning and learning new stuff and experimenting with new stuff.
5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. Four,
So one thing you'll notice with Pritchard, he's so good at engaging the defense, so getting them to just drop. Notice he's not doing a lot of big right to left crossovers to get open. He's just doing a lot of playing high, and then he gets low like he's going to drive. So he plays high, low like he's going to drive, and then he pulls up into his jump shot. So he's really just, he's getting the defense from here. He's getting the defense to sit down and try to guard the drive, sit down and guard the drive, and when he's exploding up while they're sitting down. So that's, you know, the T-Mac, Tracy McGrady used to be really good at that. Kobe did it a lot, like how to get their pull up off. He's a master of it and has to be, because look how short he is and look at the guy he's playing against, and he's consistently getting his jump shot clean over the top of him. And Yuta is basically playing out of triple threat a lot more. Direct line drives, a lot more triple threat, and that's what you'd expect with a taller player.
3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then that time, so he baited him. So he did the sit down, acted like he was going to pull up, and just hesitated slightly, and that lifted him back up out of his seat. So, yeah. So it's interesting. You see what, you know, Yuta using his size and just playing to his size advantage. Payton Pritchard playing to his speed and quickness advantage. I get a lot of, I had someone message me the other day saying, I want to get by guards. I'm a bigger, slower player, but I want to be able to get by guards like they do. And I'm like, play to your advantage. If you are quicker, use your speed, use your quickness. If you're bigger, use your size. That's going to force them to play you differently. That's going to force them to put a different matchup on you. Then you can expose that. But it's that whole show me what you can do, not what you can't do. So if you're a slower player, don't try to beat people with your quickness. Beat them with your size.
5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2.
With the left. This is the most watched part. I'm guessing people want to see that move.
5, 4, 3, 2. That makes sense. 5, 4, 3.
Oh, I got it wrong. That was the most watched part of the video for whatever reason. Got the block. Yeah, interesting. Look, we've seen pretty much all there is to it. I think I said the things I want to say basically about like the types of one-on-ones you want to play, how each of these guys is utilizing their strengths and weaknesses. I used to do this after workout. So again, I'm assuming, I didn't see this full workout, but I'm assuming they did their workout, got the things out of it they wanted to. Maybe they're working on footwork and getting to the basket to their left, or operating off of pick and rolls, whatever they did today. And then at the end of that is probably when these one-on-ones happen. So I think this is a good this is good behind the scenes. So for a lot of people that want to know when to play one-on-one or whatever, you can do it anytime, but it's really good to do after workout, because you've already worked on things, you've already cemented some things, you've already put yourself to fatigue. Now one-on-one is just icing on the cake. You can work on conditioning, you can experiment, you can have fun, you can just like try different things, or you can lock in and be like, I'm going to implement the things that I was practicing. It's a lot less pressure then. I think people that actively only go play a one-on-one or 2-on-2, 3-on-3, that sort of stuff, you're not getting a huge opportunity to practice, rehearse those things without a defender there, and then put the defender there. So there's multiple ways you can do it. There's no right or wrong way, but I do think playing one-on-one, adding it on to the end of a workout is so good if you have the opportunity. A lot of players I played with didn't want to play one-on-one, but every single time I could get an import or another professional player, someone else to play one-on-one, I did that, and it helped my game tremendously. So instead of doing all the extra cone work or all this stuff trying to get by people in a game, this will help you probably more than anything. So yeah, pretty good video. Thanks for sending it, I guess. I thought it was going to be a lot more like intense, I suppose, but it was still good, and I still got to talk about the things I wanted to. So yeah, keep sending your videos through. I'm going to keep trying to get to them as I can, and yeah, appreciate you guys supporting this channel as well. We're growing over 100 subs now, crazy. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.